Since we're all gonna die, there's one more secret I feel I have to share with you. I did not care for The Godfather.
What?
Did not care for The Godfather.
Tour.
You gotta get on that rock tour.
Tour. Thank you so much to Rocket Money for sponsoring today's video. A lot of you guys know this already, but I moved to New York City. That has been a very big life change that I have been planning for quite a long time. And luckily, Rocket Money really helped me get on top of all my expenses. That's why I love that today's sponsor is Rocket Money, because Rocket Money is here to help. Rocket Money is an easy to use app that helps you save more and manage your money better. Rocket Money will automatically scan your bills to find savings. With just a couple of taps, Rocket Money can help negotiate your bills for you, from internet service to cable and phone bills. No need to worry about customer service calls. Let the app's negotiators go to work for you to try and get you the best possible rate. On top of that, I love Rocket Money to cancel unwanted subscriptions. Being a YouTuber, sometimes I am watching a show or a movie for a video, and I get that little free 30-day subscription for a streaming service just for me to forget months down the line that I even am subscribed to that streaming service. Once you connect your bank account, Rocket Money identifies all of your subscriptions in a single list. From there, you can select the ones you don't want anymore, and Rocket Money may be able to help you cancel with just a few taps. It's 2025, there's absolutely no reason that we should be paying for things that we don't want to be paying for anymore. So luckily, you can sign up for a free trial for Rocket Money when you use my link today. Go to rocketmoney.com/Nicole Rafiee or click the link in my description to get started today for free. You can unlock even more features with premium and take control of your finances today. Thank you, Rocket Money. The intro is completely a lie. I am just lying for sport this year, okay? Which also seems like a lot of influencers are doing right now as well. Okay, let me chill out. Those are my coworkers, guys. Those are my peers. Those are my cohorts. I don't even know what that means, to be honest. The Chronically Online Girl posters are real. They are very much so real. I have a whole entire folder of them. It's not even a folder. It's quite literally like a bag. And if you guys come to tour, if you get tickets, which is NicoleRafiee.com to get tickets for tour, if you get VIP tickets, you yourself will get a Chronically Online Girl poster. So please come. Please get a ticket, because this is getting wild. I always say this, and I just simply don't care. I am a consumer before I am a content creator, okay? I am at the top of the food chain or the bottom. I don't honestly know. Bottom, I'm at the bottom of the food chain. When I was about in the 4th or 5th grade, I traded in Hannah Montana and Sweet Life of Zack and Cody for Gen X Pen and Beyond Beauty Star. And I'm still watching Beyond Beauty Star, okay? So I was basically raised by these YouTubers. And some may even say that I have a millennial sense of humor, even though I am Gen Z, okay? I was born in 1999, thank you very much. Because all the content that I watched in the early 2000s and early 2010s was all made by millennials. And the thing about all these vloggers and beauty gurus and teens I basically idolize, these pre-influencer, the word influencer influencers, I believed that everything that they did was real. One thing about me, I'm gonna believe, okay? I'm a believer, okay? Never say never. I was a believer as well. I was just a girl with whimsy and a sparkle in my eye. Fun fact, not really fun at all. My Sunday school teacher told me in middle school that I lost the sparkle in my eye. And you know what? Maybe I did. I believed what I was told all the time. Like that's just who I was as a little girl. Santa Claus is real? Okay. MSG is bad for you? Okay. If you swallow gum, it stays inside of your body for 7 years? Okay. Aspen Ard's morning routines were real? Okay. God is real? Okay. All right. I was a believer. They say that she never believed. She believed. Okay. And I know it was a really, really bad time on Sunday morning for all the YouTubers who made a video like, TikTok's gone, TikTok's banned, TikTok is dead. Because I know 2 p.m. standard time for all of you guys was a really rough time, considering that I was back up in the US, okay? It was literally gone for less than 13 hours in the US. Like, people were saying their goodbyes. I've had stomach aches longer than the TikTok ban. I have had literal panic attacks longer than the TikTok ban. Like, full on the anxiety levels of somebody being hunted for sport and having to go to the hospital and get pumped with Valium. I wish I was kidding. Don't eat weed. But you know who else felt like they were having a full-on panic attack? All the influencers on TikTok who admitted lying on TikTok because they were doing a trend on TikTok before TikTok was gonna get banned, but then TikTok came right back. And to make it all worse, it was all to a Family Guy sound. Like, imagine, like, that is your way of going out. Like, that's the last time that people trust you, and it's to a sound of Peter Griffin. There's this whole trend with the sound.
Since we're all gonna die, there's one more secret I feel I have to share with you. I did not care for The Godfather.
What?
Did not care for The Godfather.
where a lot of people started exposing their own truths about their TikToks, their social media platforms, things that their audiences widely believed to be true, and they were finally coming online and debunking them for the first time. Now, this was juicy, okay? And this was gaining a lot of views, and this got like mixed reactions from some people. Some people were like, this is so fun, this trend is so fun and crazy. Some people are like, what are you doing? Why did you lie about those things? And then all I could think was, what's going to happen when this app ends up not being banned? Additionally, for US creators, when you like posted a TikTok, your account didn't go away. So like everybody in every other country could still see your TikToks. So all the people who admitted to lying to their audiences, every other country could still see that in those 13 hours of darkness. Anyway, I want to dive into this all because this is something that has been weighing heavy on my mind. And all the other girlies in my life were really into the early on beauty gurus, influencers of the early 2010s. And I've had conversations with so many people who are like, oh my God, yeah, like actually that trend really affected me, and I just kind of want to talk about it. I think this trend had a big start because of the influencer Nikki DiMartino's videos going viral, which she has like a 5-part series exposing the Nikki and Gabby channel.
Exposing things about the Nikki and Gabby channel that I've never shared on the internet, part 5. Before I get into it, I have seen some people understandably disappointed and feeling lied to, but this is just really a reminder of how curated the internet is, especially content made by creators, and I'm a creator saying this. Back in the day, me and Gabby justified staging some of our content because it was bringing people entertainment and people wanted more,
in which she literally does that, tells the secrets from her channel with her twin sister that you would have literally never guessed before. For some background, if you don't know who Nikki and Gabby are, they're twins who started posting videos in 2012. Think OG beauty guru lifestyle vlogging. Think high school morning routine videos when they're like in their 20s. Think awesomeness TV, think music videos and singing and covers. And if none of that rang a bell for you, then just think the twins that happen to dress and look like Ariana Grande and Halsey a lot of the time. Fun fact, we're from the same area. One of the main things that Nikki had exposed about her and her sister that got a lot of people riled up was that they didn't film a lot of their own videos in their actual own bedrooms, that they had a house that they pretended were their bedrooms. So they had like a stage house in which they filmed a lot of their videos in.
This still feels like a fever dream. Me and Gabby had a house just for filming videos. We paid rent, like $4,000 a month to film in our sets.
Additionally, living in Pennsylvania, literally where I live, but pretending to live in Los Angeles and hiring another influencer to take photos for her in Los Angeles so that she could post them to her Instagram, pretending that she was in LA when she was not. Also exposing that some of their challenges that they did were not really accurate or real. And also, this was a very, very big thing, early 2010s, was to do what I got for Christmas videos. And they were always the first ones to post. Like Christmas morning, the 25th, 8 a.m., that video was up. It was ready. And there would be these extravagant, huge, massive Christmas hauls.
All right, so I got a shirt. Ooh, a Lauren Conrad shirt. Oh my God, with a bow in the back. Rose gold sparkles. There's lace on the bottom. It's something I feel like you would design yourself.
I wanted to make a fucking Christmas haul video so goddamn bad growing up. Yeah, that's kind of hard to do when you have a single mom. My Christmas did not look like all these motherfuckers, okay? That did affect me. That did affect me. A lot of people. However, I wasn't the only one that felt that way. A lot of people were very triggered during Christmas. Christmas time is a hard time enough as it is, okay? It is a very difficult time for a lot of people for various different reasons. But Christmas haul videos, like, I stopped watching those a very long time ago because they were very difficult to watch for somebody who I was like, why don't I have a 2-income family household? It was really hard watching those videos because a lot of YouTubers would post them and I'd be like, I didn't even get a fraction of this amount of stuff. That's insane. Just for Nikki to admit that her and her sister would go out of their way and buy themselves their own Christmas gifts before Christmas, film the video prior so that they could be the first ones to put it up. So all of their Christmas hauls that they're posting, they were not real. They were like pretending like, oh my God, Santa got me this. Like, I'm so excited, like low-key diabolical. Now, Nikki has made a follow-up video talking about how, you know, a lot of people do feel lied to and deceived. However, this is a reminder that the internet is very curated. It's like, yeah, that's true, but you also kind of set the precedent for that. In which she says, especially content made by creators, and I am a creator saying that. Yeah, girl, like that's the creators who like set that precedent, set that tone, to be honest. It's almost like when men are talking about misogyny and they're like, don't forget, misogyny exists. It's like, okay, well, you actually did create that. And so when influencers are like, well, just remember, things are not always real. It's like, okay, well, who did that? Who did that? And when it's the actual OG YouTubers saying things like that, I can't help but be like, guys. And I want to make it very clear, this is not a personal dig at any influencer or Nikki herself, but being somebody who was a child watching them and also growing up and knowing that like we were from the same area, and just to find out that a lot of these things were not real has been disappointing. Like, it's stuff that I knew, but to hear it firsthand is really, really rough. It's kind of like Disney fans should probably never work at Disney World, because knowing what happens behind the scenes, awful, terrible. My version of that was being a Chipotle lover and working at Chipotle. You should never ruin that magic for yourself, okay? So in this last week, a lot of influencers did that for us. Now, it's not just Nikki, it's other TikTok exclusive influencers, such as Meredith Duxbury. You may know her as putting like 10, 15 pumps of foundation on her face, and her skin always looking flawless and beautiful, and her being like, this is really how I do my makeup, like this is really it. And all of us being convinced just for her to make a TikTok video saying that she would wipe off some of the pumps.
I did not care for The Godfather.
While some of the comments are like, girl, we believed you, there are other comments that are like, we always knew that. Keep that in mind, okay? There's other examples of this trend, however, like Charli Demilio admitting that a video of her smoking a vape a few years ago was in fact not an anxiety pen, that somebody had just made up on the internet that it was an anxiety pen. She has no idea who made up that rumor, but she's coming forward now saying it was not an anxiety pen.
While we're here admitting things, if TikTok's going away, it wasn't an anxiety pen. I still to this day don't know who came up with that, but
in my personal opinion, I think in this instance, that's a funny use of that sound, okay? Newsflash, teenagers are gonna do things that are probably not the best for their bodies. Teenagers are gonna do things that they wish were not recorded and put on the internet, especially teenage influencers. I don't think that Charli Demilio hitting a vape is the end of the world, okay? And I do find these kinds of admissions where other people were creating, you know, lies or stories about them, but they had never clarified, I do find them funny. There's fitness influencers who are admitting that they had never done any of the exercises that they were promoting on their page, as well as food creators admitting that they didn't actually eat the recipes that they made or use them. Or maybe you know about the influencers who are eating the really, really large mukbangs and trying to convince you that they are actually eating all of that food and not spitting it out on the side, now coming forward and admitting they were, in fact, not eating all the food.
I did not care for The Godfather.
So this is the video that has stuck with me the most, and that is influencer Aspen Ard. Once again, one of those OG beauty guru lifestyle influencers from the 2010s, responding to a comment in which somebody said, please tell us about these routine videos, how much of it was real? In which Aspen responded, I thought we all knew that they were not real.
I thought we all knew that those videos were not real and that they were just for fun. Obviously, like, some parts of it were real when it was like my morning routine for whatever. It's like I wake up and have breakfast and do stuff, but like I thought we all knew that these videos were just for entertainment.
I thought we all knew that these videos were just for entertainment. And her also talking about how, you know, these back to school videos were not real, obviously, because this person is like post-college age, like a 24, 25-year-old making back to school, like high school videos when they are actively like not in high school. However, to say that we all knew that these morning routine videos, that they were not real, these night routine videos, that they were not real, girl, we did not know that they were not real. Because we were children. Some of the comments on this video are, we were lied to. I felt like a failure watching them, which is like the closest way that I can describe how I felt watching these videos growing up, because although these were so entertaining for me and that this was like my replacement of watching television, I compared myself heavily to these girls. And like, I based my personality and like my life off of them because I wanted to be just like them. They were like the older sister, like giving me advice, right? So I wanted to be like them. Now imagine your older sister is like living in your house and you visualize and see her doing all these perfect things. She's going on a 2-mile run every single morning and she eats only vegan and raw diet because people were doing that back then on YouTube. It was a really dark time. Freely the Banana Girl, I don't want to talk about it. And you see your sister always having like 7 hours in the morning. Meanwhile, there's only 2 hours that have actually passed on the clock, and she's effortless and stunning, and she somehow has her life all put together, and it was all a facade. Yet, girl, we didn't know that this was not real, which other comments are saying that. We did not know this. I think what's confusing us is everyone called them realistic morning routines, emphasis on the realistic. Aspen, we were children. The people who were kids watching those videos didn't know, but those of us who are age knew it wasn't practical. And somebody even commented, and this is why my kids don't watch YouTube. No matter how I have things set up, somehow family vlogs slip through. It sets unrealistic standards, and they would think some things are real. And somebody else commented, this is likely why we all compare ourselves to people we see online, because it's been ingrained since we were 12, but it's actually just a lie. And I want to make it clear, I am not angry or seething or raging against these influencers. I understand it was a different time. I understand that they probably felt the pressures to do certain things so that their careers could thrive. I understand that they did not have people before them to have an example of. And now 25-year-old Nicole can distinguish what is real content and what is bait a lot of the time. And that's why I think so many teenagers and so many people really, really love when Emma Chamberlain came up on the scene, because she was actually very realistic in the very early days. And nowadays, I think it is more difficult to relate to her, obviously, because girl's a millionaire. It is hard to relate to someone like that. But to give some of you younger guys an idea who maybe were not watching YouTube in the early 2010s, we didn't have an Emma Chamberlain. We had Aspen Ovards, Ava Gutowskis, we had Claudia Saluskis, we had Tila Dunn, we had Nikki and Gabby, we had Alicia Marie. And so when that was our only example and the precedent and what we felt like the standard that we needed to be at, it makes complete sense why so many people are growing up with a lot of insecurities of like, why am I not good enough? Why am I not at this stage? And now as a 25-year-old, I have a lot better sense of self and a lot better self-esteem. And I'm also a content creator that has met other content creators, and I can understand that a lot of content creators are not telling the truth a lot of the time. Sometimes personalities and stories are a facade. However, who I am upset for is the 10-year-old version of me and all the young other impressionable kids and teens online, all the other girls my age who had to watch these videos, not had to watch, like our eyes were glued to it, but practically, our eyes were practically glued to the screen. I'm upset for them. I'm upset for the ones who are comparing themselves to these girls, as well as other people who may be older who cannot make the distinction between what is real or fake content. For all the people that it wasn't obvious for. This isn't a dig at Aspen Ard. It's just that statement really stuck with me. I thought it was obvious. And when content back then was like 23-year-olds cosplaying as high school students and showing their beautiful lives and their perfect rooms, you know, we as children didn't think, oh, this is just for content. This is just for monetization. We did not think, oh, this is a set. This is not actually their real rooms or their real house. We did not think that they were putting on makeup prior to filming a morning routine video. We truly believe that they ate all the things that they said they ate. We truly believe they did all the things that they said they did. And we believe that they didn't do all the things that they said they didn't do, because we were impressionable and young and we trusted these people. So I do think it would be pretty hard to believe that a lot of young people are going online and watching all this content critically and thinking, this is fabricated. Because there's even comments on videos of hers today of like adults being like, girl, we did not know. We did not know. I still didn't know until right now. Like I mentioned, shows like Hannah Montana and Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, those were scripted. iCarly. Love you, iCarly. We were aware that these shows were scripted. And so we wanted something a bit more realistic. However, MTV's True Life or My Sweet 16 was a little bit too mature for us when a lot of us were like 10 years old, didn't even really like boys yet. Couldn't relate to a lot of it, weren't really dealing with mature subject matters like were on MTV at the time. So videos from these girls were the most realistic thing that we felt that we could get. So I don't think it's crazy for a bunch of people to be let down now that they realize, damn, not even that was realistic. Somebody commented on Michaela Noguera's video prior to the 13-hour ban where they said, girl, tell us about the eyelashes, you know, eyelash gate. Did she or did she not put on falsies when doing an ad for the mascara? If TikTok is saved, I'll tell you. Deal? I'm laughing about it. However, we're talking about real false advertising where people are quite literally becoming millionaires off of our naivete. Now, after a lot of these videos came out, and you know, even Nikki DiMartino has said herself that she wasn't intending on blatantly lying, and how a lot of influencers are omitting the truths. I am happy to see influencers now supposedly dedicating themselves to being honest and authentic and owning up to lying in the past. However, it's still happening. Like, that's not gonna go anywhere suddenly because the ban happened and TikTok is back. It's still actively happening. I mean, think of how many TikTok influencers did not admit to a lie, how many much bigger lies are out there that they did not admit to during the trending of this sound. Don't get me started on like TikTok shop and affiliate links where people are trying to sell you a product. How many influencers saying, I use this service, I use this product, I bought this product with my own money, and you should too. This is why you should get it too. Just click my link and I get a commission and you should get it too. Which then is a whole other problem where we have this insane new problem with overconsumption. It's something I could make a video on myself. And this personal plan I have for myself this year of not buying any beauty products, any makeup products, use up everything I have, very intentionally buy clothing if I need to this year. And I also see a lot of people going on a no buy this year. I think it's important to realize that a lot of those lies about people's own content and the things they fabricated there can also be things that a lot of influencers can fabricate then when taking sponsorships. If you think they're lying about that, imagine the lies they'll say in order to get a quick buck. And I'm not so convinced that it's just like children and very young people being heavily impressionable online and like believing everything. I mean, literally earlier today, my mom sent me 5 AI videos on Instagram back to back. And I had to be like, Mom, that's a really cute video of a sheep. It's not real. It's just absolutely not real. I'm so sorry. And you know, the oh my God, show me to me, Rachel, that video. I mean, that woman, yeah.
Jesus was seen.
Where, Rachel?
Oh my God.
Show me to me, please. Send it to me, Rachel.
It was literally seen.
Some lady literally gave almost nearly $1 million to a fake Brad Pitt that she thought she was dating online. Like, I don't want to hear that it's young people who don't have media literacy. Our fucking grandparents are at stake. Quickly, somebody needs to take Facebook away from them. And from them, I'm referring to my family. Like, all peace and love. It is so much peace and love right here, but everyone is in danger and susceptible to believing in everything and anything. I encourage everybody to look at things with a critical lens. And I don't mean to like scare you guys and become a niewierny Tomasz, which is something that my mom used to say all the time. It means a doubting Thomas, which I did look up, and a doubting Thomas is a skeptic who refuses to believe without direct personal experience, a reference to the Gospel of John's depiction of the Apostle Thomas, who in John's account refused to believe the resurrected Jesus had appeared to the 10 other apostles until he could see and feel Jesus' crucifixion wound. I did not know that my mom was making a Bible reference to me this whole time. I'm not trying to convince you guys to be like, don't believe anything. Don't believe anything you see in the media. Everything's a simulation. Nothing is real anymore. Everything's fake. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that at all, or fearmonger by any means. But a little bit more media literacy wouldn't hurt. I found this cute little graphic of a media literacy umbrella. Here's some different steps you can take. Using screens mindfully, navigating sensationalist algorithms and polarization. I'm filming this video after the inauguration. God. Avoiding scams and exploitation. Reflecting on financial motives for content. Guys, that's such a big one. That's such a fucking big one. Cross-checking info about health or news. And keeping data safe and private. I'm pretty sure that our parents are actually not actively using any of those tips. I can actually like kind of guarantee it. So anyway, I can clap for those who have admitted to their faults and to their lies, no matter how small and white they may seem, because regardless, they could hurt somebody and have an effect on somebody. That somebody could be 10-year-old me. That somebody could also be 25-year-old me, because I am just a version of 10-year-old me. Like, I am her and she is me. And I don't want to encourage lying for the sake of like fun storytelling or content creation, because like you can absolutely be an honest content creator and be fun and cool and sexy and hot and like whimsical and have a sparkle in your eye and be honest in the content that you're making to your audience. It's me. Because what we are doing is taking advantage of consumers. And especially when those users are under the age of 18, that just does not sit well with me, like on a moral level, for my conscience. I encourage all of you to use the internet a little bit more honestly. Think critically about literally every single influencer that you choose to keep up with, which is very few now, honestly, because I feel the vibe that everybody is sick of influencers recently. I felt that vibe for a while, but especially after the TikTok ban for 13 hours, that's back now. Yeah, a lot of people are very over it. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, please make sure that you leave it a like, because it helps me out so much. Everybody, tell 2 truths and a lie down in the comments down below. Why not, you know? Just because we're lying nowadays for fun. For sport. 2025 is the year for lying. Make sure you subscribe if you want to be nasty. If not, you're disgusting. Also, make sure you have your bell notifications on so you know every single time I post, or else you are gross. I have tickets for tour up on NicoleRafiee.com. I also have a podcast that me and my best friend Jake upload to every other Monday on my channel, and on all the off Mondays we upload to our Patreon. If you want to follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, Depop, Spotify, it's just at Nicole Rafiee. And if you don't follow me on TikTok, it's at Nikki Nasty. I'm so glad that we had this talk. Thank you so much for bearing with me with my content for the last few months. It's been a rough little time, but we're getting through it. We're so back. We're so back. I've been saying we're so back probably every single day for like the last 2 months. But I think we're back, guys. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and this video was all a lie. Bye!